Alright, another downloadable file. LitteRL by Wayfold. Built in 7 days for the 7 DFuxa game jam. You wake in a world filled with garbage of no intrinsic value. Use your refuse-powered spells to search for the key. Tips. Hover over your spells to see their required reagents. Hover over items in your inventory to see what type of reagents they are. On the 5th floor, find the key to ascend and win. So, you can see all the credits right there. It's made by Wayfold. He's got two download fileables here. So he's got version 0.2 as well as the original Sunday DFuxa. If you go to this release right here, it says I have a bunch of ideas I want to keep working towards and have been iterating on litter plus RL since the end of Sunday DFuxa. Since the project page is rather sparse, some notes about the overall vision. Garbage is everywhere and none of it has intrinsic value to you, i.e. you can't wear it or stab with it. You are powerless without your spells, i.e. you have no physical attack. Your spells can only be cast by consuming the garbage you collected. I think of the world you're in as a future version of our world, littered with garbage that despite all efforts ends up inside your body. Went to a talk on microplastics a few weeks ago at the local science museum that was really bleak. That was just before the Sunday DFuxa, and I came away from it thinking, how could the idea from microplastics are building up in my brain be turned into something whimsical? For now, the game remains pretty bare bones, but it's winnable, has 8 spells, 3 enemy types, and 16 item types. I'm planning in the next few weeks to hopefully build out an initial pass on game mechanics dealing with the player's health and safety. It's presently a little too easy to not die, which strikes me as unrealistic. So he's got major updates like adding a visibility spell, allows fire, add find exit spell with cool particle trail animation. Player starts with only 2 spells, can learn spells by finding spell scrolls, enemies wander around if they can't see you. There's minor updates, based right there, and bug fixes. So yeah, he basically had a lot basically changing in the 0.2 release. As always, I basically downloaded both here, so we got both the initial release as well as the updated game. I'll start again with this right here. We'll play it for 10 or so minutes to see how the base game works, and then we'll look at the update version later on. AVG says hi. Alright, LitteRL. Click to start. Move with WASD 0.9 to use spells. Note some spells require our target to be selected. And left click, select target for spell, move item in inventory. By Wayfold. Alright, you wake. You are filled with a strange purpose. Alright, here's my duck. There's my spells. We got ourselves Thump, Missile, Flame Wall, and Engulf. And here's my reactions I'm picking up. I have no idea what's useful to me or not, so let's pick it all up. Now, it might be a part of the game that's you're not supposed to actually pick up everything, so I might be screwing myself over, we'll see. The rat has spotted you. Okay, so we got ourselves a rat here to fight. Apparently you can step on a rat, which is probably not ideal. A thump echoes forth, the rat dies. Okay, we thumped the rat. So you can see I got paper, I got a extinguisher, explosive, we got PCB, electric, wire, bottles, cans, metal, small, empty. We got tape, long and sticky. We got matches, flammable. We got backpack, empty and big. Alright, well, what does it all mean? I don't know. But let's just fill up on items and see what happens. Nope, by the way, apparently these guys, like the rats, are like going diagonally, so I have to watch out for that. Thumb, empty and small. Missile, small times 3. Flame wall, long and flammable. Engulf, flammable. I wonder what empty and small means if I'm actually using reagents to actually attack here. So, okay, note that something disappeared in my inventory there. So I am using up stuff in order to, like, you know, cast these spells. So this is like sort of like a very interesting sort of like, you know, reagent style of like game where you basically collect reagents to basically, you know, attack with. Pew, the rat dies. Okay, we're almost filled up with items here. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you have an awfully lot of space. Normally with like inventory size like this, I think like to myself, oh, look at that, you can't pick it up because, you know, too much stuff. So, okay, so there's like an error. Alright, well, that was basically the base version of the game. I mean, it works. Let's just see what the advanced version basically has, you know, in store for us. Alright, so it's back. Here is version 0.02. Alright, so I wake. I'm not sure if it's basically like, you know, an error of me losing because, you know, we're not supposed to collect all the items in the world, but whatever. Oh, there's a rat here. Hello, rat. Okay, I got spells here. We got Flame Wall, we got Invisibility, and we got Find Exit, rare. Flame Wall. Okay, yeah, flames can spread, so, you know, that's what the Flame Wall does. I have to wonder, can you, like, find, like, you know, new spells to cast? Also, I wonder if, like, you know, the flames are going to basically spread. I got the 4-2 apparently. The rat has spotted me from somewhere. Oh, it's right beneath me. I know it text is like, you know, it's kind of hard to see like the rat here, so. Okay, that gator died. I get the feeling gators have very limited range and they can't really see you very well. Okay, so I can't get this because I don't have rare. Okay, the gator spotted me. It'd be nice if I could actually see their hit points, by the way, the enemies. Because it's really hard to see, like, you know, am I, like, overdoing it, or is, like, the enemy, like, you know, almost dead or not? And again, I can't see the rat. I can only see because of the little, like, you know, thing here, so. The rat died. Okay, there's the way down. On the way the stairs looks like, you know, it's very hard to distinguish the stairs from, like, you know, the debris. Okay, gear finally died there. A gem burned up, so yeah, stuff will burn up. That's good to know. The graphics are a little bit better here for, like, you know, seeing the enemy, like, rats and stuff, and, like, that'll be nice. Blink, full, small, empty, teleport. So I can move around with teleports and blinks now. Okay, let's see if we have that bug where I basically crashed before, so. Okay, it wasn't from picking up stuff. Maybe it's, you know, you have to use stuff in order for it to, like, you know, happen. Again, I got, you know, a rat here, so. Blink. Okay, blink and open your eyes to another place. A heal spell would be very, like, you know, nice to get, but whatever. So gems are rares. Can use that to find exit if we need to. Metal and bucket. Oh, there's the rat again, you know. Burn, burn, burn. That's a spider. Blink. Okay, by the way, I actually know he died even though, like, you know, I'm nowhere near him, so. Is that intentional? I'm not really sure. There's the way out. There's a gator right away, so let's burn him. The flames, they spread. Whoops, I'm on fire. I'm burning. I'm dead. So you can catch fire and burn away. So, okay, that's interesting. Alright, I'm getting a feeling that I basically want to pick up quite a bit of stuff, but at the same time I don't want to pick up too much, so. Max 6 is useful for the flammable, and then missiles is useful for small, so. Pew, rat dies. The missile's obviously very powerful. Oh, there's a gem. Pew. Long and electric. Battery, electric. Pew. I always pick up the flammable stuff for my spells to try and use them later on, so. Okay, paper's useful for burning up stuff, I guess. That's explosive, apparently. Let's get going here. There's a spider, so pew. Okay, spider catches fire. Spider dies. Again, the rats are very hard to see in the background, so not the greatest. Pew. Target's out of range, apparently. Burn it. Oh, I don't have anything, to kill him with. Okay, we got him finally. Die, please. I'm very glad we have this mesh slot, because this is one of these instances where I'm actually heavily relying on this to know if there's enemies around or not. Basically, I'm seeing the words telling me there's something nearby rather than seeing it on the screen itself. I'll learn invisibility. Okay, maybe books teach me stuff. So I actually want to find books for teach me stuff, I guess. You can hold down if you want to sort of move faster. There's the way down. Oh, these are cigarettes right here, but whatever. They still work to, blast stuff like these guys. Blasting, blasting, blasting. My missile doesn't seem to work on negators very well, so. Okay, it does actually kill, the tougher guys. It's not the, the rats. So the Bibles basically teach me stuff, is the idea of them. Whoop. That worked out well. You know, as a mechanism, it might make sense to actually have it so if like you overload your inventory, you die. Like they're your lifeblood, but if you like get too many, you basically die. So, an idea for making it like, you know, more difficult if you want. All right, level 4. Whoop. Let's do this. Yeah, rats don't have HP to survive, so. Probably overdoing it a little bit, but I mean, whatever. There's the book. Apparently I learned Missile. So apparently you can learn the same spells over and over again, even in this updated version. Okay, you sense your goal is at hand. So my goal is to do something on this level. I have to find the key. There it is. Okay, we found the key. Do I escape now? Burn. Zap, zap. You died. There's the way out. I guess I'm backtracking now, basically to get out of here. So, traditional sort of dungeon experience, basically you go up and you go down. There's the way out. Floor free. I'm almost tempted to start blinking around. Oh, there's the book. So there is teleport. Long, full, and empty. Okay, we're on floor 2. Floor 1. Lots of rats by the way, and he's like, you know, ascending levels, but nothing too threatening. There's a book to learn stuff. I learned blink. Not this way. Not this way. You win. All right, there's LitteRL. Not a whole lot basically to say about it. It's basically a very simple sort of concept. I don't think you basically add much of like, the addition here. So it's just, the basic thing. Not a whole lot basically to say like, wrong with it. Obviously basically you got the missile spell twice. And the graphics are a little bit, hard to see for the rats sometimes, but whatever. Not terrible. Hope you guys basically enjoyed the video for it and take care.